Good to go. That feels better. Oh. All set? All right. You want to let Mark out? I mean,
Yeah, woman.
you're out of time. You taking off soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave right
All right. Good luck, man.
For
Yeah,
South Dakota.
coming
I don't leave until Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, so it's Mike Delatorre.
How's it going?
Chris Zubrycki here. We're gonna do a live at 5, and I don't know if you guys saw the UFC card on Saturday night, but there were 2 leg lock finishes. So we want to kind of go and break those down for you. One of them, the first one, was in the Ariadne Lipsky fight. I think the woman's name she fought with Caroline was her last name. She actually went for a heel hook off her back, turned into a knee spreader or calf slicer, but did it kind of a dangerous way. I'll show you why. I'm a little bit older, so I'm always thinking about all the pressure that I put on the inside of my ligaments, so I never want to have that unreinforced and just push against it. And then Jack Hermanson went against Calvin Gastelum, and we were just talking that, you know, Gastelum's good on the ground, and Hermanson's got some underrated jiu-jitsu. Like his guillotine is pretty sick. He's choked out a lot of people with that. But it was, you could see right away he was going for heel hooks, so it was kind of exciting for me because I'm kind of a heel hook nerd. But let's kind of start with the heel slipping drill. Okay, I know you guys have seen it a bunch of times, so let's turn this way. And this will lead into the Hermanson-Gastelum fight. So Mike grabs here, he's gonna cross his ankles. Now that's pretty good. So he's got my knee in between his knee line really badly. So I need to get this out of there. First and foremost, I gotta take care of that heel slip. So I'm gonna grab and I slip. I bring my knee outside the line. Hand inside, separate the feet to break the braking power. Foot on the ground for the corkscrew toe hold. Comb my hair, expose, reach back. And now I have DLT's hip. So he's gonna reach up, grab my forearm, straighten his foot, separate my feet. Very tight. And then go back to this foot, comb your hair, and then kick this. There you go. Yeah, come over. So use this heel to extract this foot. Yeah, cross over, roll. Now he's in very good braking position here. Inside of his hips, pressure's going inside my knee. He's gonna pull my heel to his chin, and you'll get that rotational pressure. One of the things with the outside heel hook too is, I would never your hands, but the outside heel hook is a lot more forgiving than the inside heel hook. So if I can't use my hands on this outside heel hook, I can just lift my hips up. When my hips come up, the heel's gonna slip out of there. It slips.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, so from here, I can raise my hips up and I'm gonna go ahead and slip that heel. I still want that safety net of grabbing the forearm, lift, come under, separate, corkscrew, comb here, dump at the back. Now let's do the saddle. So we'll go from here and then feet here. And this is the one where you have a little bit more of a stretch. So this is the one where it's attacking like LCL, which I would not recommend slipping this one without using your hands, okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna grab, slip, and drive in. Now I bring my butt to his butt, and it's gonna clear his leg so I can pummel this in. So come around, scoop grip, over the top, and I have DLT in there now. Slips, thumb post, butt to butt. Yeah, foot behind there, comes out, scoop grip, re-pummel, and then fall with your head in between my feet. So you can expose the heel better.
All right.
So if you fall backwards now, see how it's harder to grab it?
Yeah.
Just fall with your head in between my feet, and the heel exposes. Yep. So grab, drive forward. Okay, thumb post, butt to butt. Kick, scoop grip, grab. And now I'm right here. And one more time. There you go. Slip, thumb post, butt to butt, pommel, scoop grip, re-pommel, fall with your head in between. Excellent. Good job. Okay. So that's our warm up with the inside heel hook slip, outside heel hook slip. Okay. So now I want to go through the exchanges that happened during the fight. So I think Lipsky knocked down Caroline.
Yeah, on her back.
Yeah, kind of. I think it was a body shot. She ended up on her back. Okay. And Lipsky kind of backed away from her. So Caroline kind of came here, almost like a K guard entry. Came over here. And they were up against the fence, so she really couldn't move her too much. So what happened was she used her outside leg across and came right here for the knee spreader. But she didn't reinforce her leg. Okay? So for me to finish, let's roll you to your right. So the way I'm gonna finish this is gonna wrap around his, let's turn this way. Is your knee okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can see, my leg is like a post behind his knee, and I'm gonna push in, okay? And it feels like your knee is separating or your calf is spreading. So knee spreader, calf slicer, same thing,
Calf slicer.
okay? But here's the thing with me. So I'm older, so when I come here, I'm never just gonna use my knee to try to finish. I'm usually gonna figure four. However, I'm not gonna figure four here. Let's turn this way towards the... If I figure four my inside leg, you got a toe hold right there that says happy birthday on it. You're not getting out of that. So when I do calf slicers, I want to come inside out and I want to reinforce. Okay? Now I come up, put his knee on the ground, come this way, and I want to fall to the side that his knee is. Okay, so I'm here. It's going to be kind of tight. Now all I do to finish is hip in. It's really tight. Okay, now, when you have this here, there's a lot of pressure on the inside of your knee. I always want to either reinforce my foot or grab my ankle and push it away, or figure four. However, I'm not going to do this because that toe hold is right there every single time. And as you know, every toe hold is a knee bar. Okay? So what happened was, in the fight, they got to this position. Okay? And Lipsky, let's turn this way. That's uncomfortable right there. So what happened was she came here, hold it back, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
So just sit down on your hip right here, if your knee's okay. So she was kind of at an angle here. She had her arms attached, but her leg was here. So what Lipsky did is she sat on her chest, okay? But there's nothing reinforcing this, so I can already feel that pressure on my LCL there, okay? Now, if we turn this way, there's nothing protecting my leg from that knee bar, okay? So sit on top of me, put your other foot on the ground, and finish. It's bad. That hurts really bad, okay? Awesome that she attempted that leg lock attempt, okay? But that inside, the outside in one is gonna put my foot right in between my opponent. If I cross, it's gonna leave me open for a toe hold, or it's gonna leave me open for a knee bar. So, to kind of correct that, what I can do is I can come here, and then I wanna come this way. Push. Now I wanna kick away, put his knee on the ground. We're right here, okay? I can even put my foot here if I want to. But I never wanna leave all that pressure on the inside of my knee. So if I come here, wrap around. I like to fall to the side of the knee that I have trapped. So here, try to grab my feet. It's not gonna happen, right? But if I switch my feet, it's gonna reach down and knee bar me. So I'm at least protecting that figure forward leg. I grab around his waist and slowly push forward. Another really, really good knee spreader finish in the UFC was Charles Oliveira. And what happened was, in Charles Oliveira's, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I was stretching it out.
Charles Oliveira is pretty good on the ground. I mean, I think he's got a lot of finishes at 45. Like probably
one of the top.
Yeah. So his jiu-jitsu is slick. So he did the same thing, got into that. The person fell back on top of him, which made it worse. So if you can imagine, if I'm here, come here, here. And what happens is he fell, I'm gonna hold his weight up. He actually just fell right on top of him, right into the position, which puts a tremendous amount of pressure on that knee right there. So if we go slowly, so just lean back, I'm gonna hold you. So if you can imagine DLT falling as quick as he can with my arms around his waist, and he falls into it, it's not fun. It's not very fun. Gotta rearrange that. Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So now, let's talk about Hermansen and Gastelum. That won't be as bad on your knee, okay? So, Gastelum hit a great lat drop because they kind of clinched at the beginning. Hermansen pushed right into him, and it was a beautiful takedown, just like right on Hermansen's head. So Hermansen's on the ground, regains guard, and then immediately goes for a heel hook. But he couldn't get Gastelum on his side or on his knee. So basically we're here, and I think he was kind of like, I think he was butterfly.
He was trying to go for this.
Here, he was here, knee down. It was half this, half. So he had a butterfly half guard hybrid, scooped underneath here, went here, Gastelum felt it, and kind of kicked out of it, okay? And kind of turned and faced again. The second time, he did it from butterfly, I believe. So he came here, shoots through, goes right to single leg X, okay? Now what he's gonna do is he's long. So if he comes over here, he's gonna reach over and put his legs underneath. So go in like track start position. I'm gonna come here, so I have this hook here. Now if you roll this way, I can just glue to him and he'll just stay right in that heel hook, in that ashigarami, okay, that leg entanglement. But what Hermansen did was he came here, or he at least came underneath both, okay? So you notice, that looks pretty bad, but it's not impossible to get out of that, okay? So he basically came here, started pulling back, and pushing up and into it, okay? And Gastelum was kind of trying to, he was getting that way. Could not pull his leg out because his knee was bent. Okay, the more the knee is bent, try to pull yourself out of there. He's just gonna, that's gonna be tight on you. Yeah. Try to walk away. He's just gonna drag me because I'm so connected to his leg here, okay? So, the entry that he used, and we'll show you how to get out of it. So we're butterfly, comes underneath, comes up single leg X. And Gastelum tried to, I think, face him a little bit. So he came here, he far hooked it here. But he didn't have this figure four. He had kind of both legs right here. Okay?
Yeah, it was about right.
Yeah. Then Gastelum got stuck. He tried to pull out a couple times, but if your leg is bent, you're not going to be able to pull it out of there. Okay? If I'm loose and you straighten your leg, it'll come right out. But if I try to keep that bent, try to pull your leg out of there, it's not stuck. As long as I keep it bent, it's going to help not have you pull that out. Okay, so let's get into the position. So from butterfly guard, you scoop underneath here, and we'll go into that single leg X entry. Yeah. So here, Now come. This one comes here. Yep. Now you're gonna bring the other one over the top. Yeah. And then you're gonna kind of. He didn't figure four at first. He hooked here and kept this tight.
All right.
So this was the position here. So let's turn a little bit more this way. Then he hooked behind this leg. So this foot, but don't figure four. Just put both shoelaces behind. There it is. So see how bent it is? He can't get his leg out of there. So remember the heel slipping drill. Try to grab the heel. I'm gonna straighten my leg. I'm gonna straighten my toes. If I boot it, see how easy it is for him to grab that heel hook? If I straighten it, grab the heel, it's harder. Not impossible, but harder, because my leg is straight, okay? And my foot is not booted. If I boot my foot, it gives it to him every single time. But if I straighten, it's gonna be harder. It's gonna buy me some time. So I have to get this hook out. So I can actually just push that down and clear it. Now I'm still in trouble, but if I can keep his feet apart, we're gonna be okay, okay? Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my heel of this foot, I'm gonna put it right between my butt cheeks, okay? Now when he tries to squeeze, I push and his legs open right up. It's like an eject button, okay? So let's try it again. So we're here, single leg, yeah, just whichever way you wanna go, yep. Come under, and if he was I think he was standing too. So it makes it a little easier to get into that point. The first exchange they did, Gastelum kicked out because Hermanson couldn't knock him down to the ground. So the second time, he was a lot better by snaking this, bringing the knee down. At this point, I'm gonna have to ballerina my foot, okay? I don't wanna stay here bent. I'm gonna get finished for sure, okay? I'm gonna ballerina my foot, try to finish. It's harder, right?
Yep.
And your legs are open too. Push down. I put my foot right between your butt cheeks. Kick and come right out. Okay, you wanna try it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here. All right, let's go down your knees. So he was just kind of in butterfly. So go, comes across, and he held here and snaked this leg, and he was working on getting this one pummeled. You okay?
Yeah.
Hold under, yeah. Foot between, yeah, there it goes. Throw one more time. So we're here. Push away. Here. Single leg X. Boom. And then I have a habit of when I come here, I'll far hook this and grab the heel. But if he tries to grab my heel, I already have his, so I've already won that race. But if DLT rolls, I just stay right stuck to him. There's no heel slippage there. So we're here. He can try to grab my heel. I'm probably gonna win that race just because I have the exposure. I'm never gonna put my foot in front of him like that unless I have his heel. Okay, so we come here. My feet are like, let me put this, there we go, bend it. So you're gonna push this foot down, now ballerina your foot. Yeah, so it's hard for me to grab. Put it between the butt cheeks and your eject button, okay? So we got two different heel hook, heel hook exchanges because Carolina, the other fighter that fought Lipsky, she initiated the heel hook entry. Turned into a knee spreader calf slicer. They're kind of synonymous. But she didn't, she left this one open. But it looked pretty tight. If you look at Lipsky's calf, it was definitely spread apart. So she had a good bite on that knee spreader.
Yeah, I think her hand was in the way. You got a little extra space.
Yep.
And really talked to it right there.
And then when she put in, like, you're locking yourself in that position, it's really hard to, you're really committing yourself there. But it's a really nice counter knee bar. Kind of bent backwards and it kind of bent. Looks like the pressure might have gone to the interior mount because she was screaming pretty loud.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it was hyperextension.
yeah, that does not feel good either. And then the heel hook one, you know, it's easy to say after you see a fight, oh, the guy should have done this. It's like, I'm not in there, you know, I didn't get hit in the head, I don't know, but at least from a jiu-jitsu standpoint, you know, we can use it as a learning lesson. But great entry. Like, I don't think I've seen Hermanson do that before. Mostly like necks, shoulder attacks. But it was really, I was like, oh, he's going for it. It was a nice entry. I was pretty excited. But we're starting to see more and more leg locks creep into MMA. You know, Mackenzie Dern hit one. She's very good at leg locks.
Yeah.
She's got that good toe hold knee bar set up. I'm sure her heel hooks are probably pretty good. But you're starting to see some of these guys coming in and going right for heel hooks, either to, you know, initiate a get up off the ground, so the person sees you're entering into the heel hooks, they might not be very attuned or adept at getting out or comfortable with it, and they flee, and that allows you to get up. That's just as good as trying to heel hook something.
Yeah, a lot more butterfly guards going on in MMA right now.
A lot more, you know, people coming underneath a little bit. There's kind of a
X guard, single leg X.
I think you gotta, you know, you should really learn those leg locks. You know what I mean? I know we are here. So if you guys have any questions or anything, any questions coming up?
No questions.
No questions right now. Perfect. That must mean we're awesome instructors.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to leave a question on that lab Facebook page. You can hit us up individually on Facebook, but the MMA Lab Facebook page and Instagram account are probably the best places to go for that. And we will be back Wednesday with some other things. So if you guys have any suggestions or any kind of feedback any positions you want to learn or are getting stuck in, let us know, and we can help you through those. All right. So if you guys have any questions, let us know, and we will see you here back Wednesday at 5 p.m. And I believe tomorrow night at 5 p.m. is Rob Emerson for striking. I can't help you with that. Do not take any striking advice from me. It will be awful. Definitely lean on Rob. A lot of eye gouging and face scratching with me. So, but if you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.